everybody. Cynthia here from Recollect and Ramble. Welcome to my channel. I hope everybody's having a great day. I know I've been a little AWOL lately. Lots of reasons for that. I've been working on some theater projects and hopefully am getting ready to direct another show soon, which I always enjoy doing. And second, I did join a group of really creative ladies. It's a collage class, and not necessarily that I really need instruction in collage. I don't know. I think I do pretty well putting things together, but just the creativity and just to be in a room with other people who, you know, they just like paper and stamps and ink and stuff. So anyway, I've been wanting to put together a new journal. I wanted it to kind of have a grunge feel to it, which I think this one does. Wanted it to feel like it was put together from odds and ends and bits that maybe had been picked up along the way on some travels. This guy is a monster. Turned out to be, my husband was like, what the heck is that? I'm like, it's a compendium. I don't know. But I really love it. I'm not sure where it's going. I'm thinking about posting it for sale, but like I said, I just love it so much. I don't know. I have to prep myself for that because I'm just not sure I want to get rid of it. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to tell you all about this book, and hopefully I have enough memory in my phone and you guys have enough time to actually sit and watch it. So, all right, let me get started. This book originally started out as an antique book, Yellow Spring and Huron, a couple of cities. Are they in Iowa, Illinois? Oh gosh, isn't that terrible? I'm from Iowa. I can't even tell you where the cities are. But started off with a book. It was fairly destroyed. One of the covers was coming off, so I wasn't too worried about the value of that particular book, but I did know that I loved this worn out vintage cover. The next thing that I had been keeping around for a long time was this old chenille eyeglass case, and I was like, oh, this would be so awesome, like on the front of a journal to, ta-da, hold pens or ephemera, keepsakes, talismans, amulets, whatever you like. So that was the base of the book, and we'll just start with the outside. Okay, so the chenille eyeglass case, I did decorate it with this little shell dangle bracelet. I thought maybe that, you know, my idea is that someone has gathered all of these things as they've gone along on their travels. So maybe the shell bracelet is a memento from, you know, a trip to the seashore. This belt actually was the strap of a handbag. So that became the book strap. Okay. It is not connected to the book at all, so it comes completely free. It is connected to this case, but otherwise it comes completely free of the book. Here's the back spine. When I said it was a monster, I meant it. Here's the back spine. I made the spine. This is actually a door number from they did some updating at one of the local colleges, so this is actually a door number from Clark, used to be Clark College, now Clark University here in Dubuque. I just found this in a little bag of junk. I don't know if where I got it or anything, but I thought I've always loved it and wanted to utilize that. So this is, like I said, handmade spine, and just decorated it. This is another cover for the book, and let's open her up. So this just comes off. It's just a sliding buckle so that it can tighten and loosen however much you need it to, depending on what you add to it. So there's the eyeglass case. Right now I'm just carrying in some pigment liner pencils. So that comes completely free, so we'll just move that over there. When you open this up, it opens up like this. And this spine, the handmade spine that I made, I had a hard time figuring out how to bind it, but I do love the binding, making sure I'm in frame here. the inside cover of the book, the end pages, I did keep those. I did recollage them onto this. I dirtied some things up, stamped some things up, used some alcohol inks and watered down like lucite paint just to make things seem a little messier. The cover of the book is a wooden cigar box top that I got at a flea market. She had a whole box of them. I bought like 6. Now I wish I just would have said, how much do you want for the whole box? Because they were really cool. I did use my, I was amazed that I was able to use my big, huge crocodile, not the little handheld one, the one that chink, and I was able to poke right through that to add some holes so I could bind it. So it opens like this. This is the front of the cigar box top. I'm just going to double check. There I am. Good. I'm in the frame. I just absolutely love everything about it. I have gessoed this. I've kind of sealed it with a couple of coats of gesso. So it's nice. You can decorate it if you want to. Let me readjust this. Like I said, the binding is kind of experimental, but I kind of like it because it's sort of loosey-goosey. So yeah. So use that. I use the original spine of the book on this part. So here's just a little flip through of what I've got in this journal. Some of you may recognize these. I did a few of the Ephemerimber from Louisa Heinzel and 49 Dragonflies one year, and we were doing belly bands, and that's one of the belly bands from that. Here's an authentic stereo card. Just tucked in there as a bit of ephemera, and I did do sort of a master board collage and tore those into some of the pages for the book. Let's see what else we've got. Now some of the pages were fairly delicate, so I did reinforce them. I sort of collage some papers onto just the spine in order to reinforce those. Here's some handmade paper at one of the resale stores here in town. They had a whole bundle of, it just looked like somebody's experimenting with some handmade paper, and I really liked it, so I got that. It was also pretty delicate, so I did back that with this beautiful napkin, and I think the napkin came from Dollar Tree, you guys. Is that not pretty? A little gift bag in the middle here, just with some antiqued up, sort of rusty numbered cards. Yeah, just some paper, some that are coffee stained, some that aren't. Here's from like an old piano book or guitar book, I can't remember now. Back that, because that was also kind of delicate. Some lace trim, back that with pattern paper. Here I made a little doily tuck spot, just a little Japanese or Chinese. Sorry, you guys, I don't know the difference. And then a little map. That was backed with some lined paper, so that's a nice little journal card in there. Other side, also a little tuck spot with just a little journal card. Here's some coffee dyed tissue paper, parchment paper. And then this is out of a painting book. In the middle of the signatures, I did put beads on the ends of the strings. So the signatures in here have little bead dangles. So that is the first half of the first signature. So a little bit more of the same. I love this. Isn't that pretty? This one also has a rusty old number in it. There's that napkin decoupage again. And we are at the end of the first signature. There's the spine, original spine of the book. Here is another thing from Ephemerimber that I did, and this is a library pocket. I did make it into a paper clip so they can just clip on the side, and inside is a journal card in there, so that clips onto the side. Again, I decoupaged the backs of some of these just to give them more strength. Here's some lovely, I don't know if this is wallpaper or wrapping paper, but it's got this beautiful embossed design on it. I did some fancy punching on the edges of just some partial pages there. Paper bag. Here is like a greeting card or something. I'm not even sure what that is. Anyway, it's got this beautiful picture on it, so I put it in there. I did make another sort of journal card out of a book illustration. This is from a greeting card. And then I just have a little, I just wanted something else in there. Make that little butterfly a little bit removable. So it just sits right in there. Here's some of that really delicate handmade paper. I did reinforce the spine, but I didn't do anything with the paper itself, but it is quite delicate. It's quite soft. Here's a partial page with a little pocket, just some little bits of ephemera, ticket stubs, and game pieces tucked in there. I like that smiling sun. Some coffee stained notebook paper, which has been franken papered onto a book page because this is just sort of from a memo pad. Pretty flowered paper, some more of that old piano paper with a whole piano keyboard so you can study your music. And again, some little bead dangles on the end. Let's keep going through here. Another little pocket with some ephemera, a Polish postage stamp, little fundraiser type of coupon from Niagara Falls, and then this little Rack wrapper that would be a nice place to do some journaling. So put that in there. That handmade paper again. Here's the other half. Look at this beautiful journaling spot or for a photo mat or whatever. Here, there was a little rip in the paper, so I put this beautiful hummingbird stamp up there to cover that rip. And here we go. I did a corner tuck spot, a beautiful collage on the corner here with it. I love these vintage playing cards. Got an old recipe card, and then this is a very old luggage tag from the Union Pacific Railroad. So I just love it. It's also a Denison. It's a Denison manufacturing company. So Albert Greenwald must have had a nice time on his trip, we hope. This is just a little corner off an envelope. This is a fairly new stamp, but I love that floral bouquet on there. And this actually fits on the corner of one of the pages. So it fits on there. I did put a little bit of a collage there. This comes out, can be a journaling spot on both sides, and just tucks back up in there, or doesn't need to, but I just like it as a more condensed just corner decoration. That's the end of the second signature, and there are 3 signatures in this book. So here you can see a little bit of my masterboard. Here's a tag, a journaling tag that I also made during the Defemember part of that. So that just tucks right in there. Here is a map from the original book. This is map of Huron, I think. So that might be Wisconsin. I'm not sure. Here I did just a lace belly band, this beautiful vintage lace, just a little bit of a side tuck just to keep the ephemera in. Beautiful old playing card and a Tim Holtz journal card. Here's some more of that handmade paper. I do not believe that this is handmade. I do believe this is machine made. But yeah, it's beautiful with this gold leaf throughout. So here we go, and here's another tag. This is made from a playing card. This is for the Defemember thing. You could tell I had a theme going, so that just tucks right in there. Some more of that pretty memo pad paper that has been attached to another piece, and I did just fill that seam with some scraps. This is from the paper bag, as you can tell. Here's a lace-trimmed page, some from that old piano book. I backed that again with a nice floral napkin. A very old and delicate page from a children's dictionary been tea stained or coffee stained, I can't remember. Fancy punch on there, and some more of the piano book paper. And this one I did antique up a bit, and I also reinforced the spine of that sheet. Here are some more, oh, if I can get a hold of them. Here's some more beads that just are on the end of the ties that for the binding ties. Sheesh, let me get the words out. So yeah, this is just the second half of that signature. Here, did I have an attendance? I must have had one in the front somewhere. Where'd it go? Oh, right there. Oh, I forgot to even say anything about it because I was so enamored with my little playing card tag there. But this is an employee's attendance record sheet. Here is one of my coin holder little thingies. Inside here is a bookmark from an old bookstore we used to have here in Dubuque, the Book Nook. I remember loving that store when I was a kid. So that just fits right down in there and clips right in there with a nice flower topper. And last part of that, let me see, that says Mississippi River. You know, it must be Iowa. It must be Iowa. I'm going to have to check that out. I tore apart the book and didn't even figure out where it's from. Here is just like sort of a pocket tag made from a library card catalog. I just made just a little journal sort of tag pocket out of it. Decoupage that, or decorated that up with some collage and put a little nice little tag in there. Just hooks on there with a little mini paper clip. And that is the end of this half of the book. I did keep the original inside papers. I loved it that the original owner had written interesting page numbers. His name is here. So yeah, so that is the journal part of the book. Now here's where I think things got a little weird for my husband. I'm going to put it this way now. I had this scrap of a scarf that I've always loved. I sort of gunked it up a little bit, antiqued it up. Just want to make sure that I'm in frame. I had this old, this is basically a hem from a piece of fabric that I had. And so I cut that off and saved that. I just absolutely love that fabric. So what I wanted to do was make this sort of something that somebody would carry with them, that they would travel with. And I think I sort of got it figured out. But this, this flap protects, and this flap I also kind of gunked up with different things. This is this fabric is actually from one of my husband's old like chamois work shirts, and I thought that was kind of a nice touch that I took a little bit of something of his and put it in here. So what we have here is I don't know. It's maybe an art kit, a writing kit. I don't know. Anyway, I just liked it. I just had this idea and wanted to go with it. I found this wooden carved, I think it was supposed to be a picture frame. It's from Costa Rica. So it is carved. This is very relief here. And it opens up like this. And what I did was I have a bunch of these antique bingo cards. This is a little part of the spine of the book that fell off and I didn't want to lose it, so I attached it there. And this is just either a tablet that you can flip up like this, or it is, you can write on it like this. So just different colored, these are just modern printer papers, office papers, but they're kind of fancy. They're pretty. They've got different textures and colors on them. So did that. Did do an open Copic spine on that. This beautiful handmade paper from India. Hand printed. I put that in the back because the back was a little scrunky, so I just wanted to make it beautiful and bright colored. Here I had a little change purse. I cut it in half. Did the stitching around the edge just to make sure it doesn't unravel. This very old trim here I added to the top. And this is just a little pocket. I just stuck in a piece. This is Tim Holtz ephemera I just stuck that down in there, just like that. And that's what's in this little book. Now, to go along with that book, I had this old bottle. I was like, wouldn't it be cool if you had just a little container, and I found these 3 little nubby pencils in my husband's garage, and then a little pencil sharpener. Even though these have not been sharpened with a pencil sharpener, they've been sharpened with like a pocket knife, a jackknife or something. So I antiqued up the bottle. I decoupaged. I didn't. Well, I used, it's gesso. Is it gesso? Yeah, it's clear gesso, and put some pattern paper around the outside. I found this bottle cap. I don't know if you can see that. Let me make sure. There's this really old bottle cap. I found it in our driveway, and it was all rusty, had a hole through it. I built the lid out of cork, like a corky rubber gasket material. Wouldn't quite hold together, so I wrapped some copper tape that you use for stained glass. Wrapped that around and just secured it a little bit more by putting a brad through that rusty hole. Made the cap for this bottle. It fits on pretty nice. This is where the pencils live, so that you can write down recollections in your little notebook over here. Okay, so those live in there with a pencil sharpener, because you're gonna need that at some point in time. Oh, I think I have to put the sharpener in first though. There we go. It all fits. I had to go looking for a pencil sharpener to fit in there. This little thing is a little mini domino, and all that does is that makes sure that the bottle doesn't slip out as you're carrying it around. So this just fits in here. The flap covers that again, sort of secures everything in there, and you tie that up and it keeps it nice and safe and secure. Now this journal, the journal part of this does have a lot of space in it. My spine is kind of slipped. I told you I've been kind of experimenting with some different binding techniques, but there's lots of room and cush in there to add your own items to it. I hope you have enjoyed this. I guess I'm not sure what else I have to say about it. Let me close it up again, show you the back. I did use some old antique brads just to make sure that that fabric really stuck in there. Again, I'll show you the back spine with the keys, and I also just love this, all this stuff that you can sort of see from the top, the beads and the fringe and everything sticking out. I like I said, was experimenting with different ways of binding. I just decided to leave the ends of the strings. One nice thing about this binding is if something were to happen, like for instance, let's say something happens and this breaks. This one joint here can be rebound without having to take the entire book apart. Okay, that is also how this is. Each of the signatures are put in separately, and then each of these are separate pieces as well. So the book is ultimately repairable if something were to happen to it. Then our little holder can go on the top, or in order to make it more bookshelf friendly, it could also go on the spine, and then this would easily fit into a bookshelf. I myself, I like it on top. I feel like this is something that would sit on a table somewhere when it wasn't traveling around the world, you know, in somebody's, you know, backpack or something. So yeah, that is the best I can do is to call it a compendium. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I've had this idea for something like this for a really long time. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, comments, yeah, please just let me know in the comments below, or just comment to say hi. It helps. Sorry I haven't been around very much, but I'll tell you what, joining that group of ladies. I don't know that it's done much for my collage skills, but it certainly has gotten my creative juices going. I would suggest to anyone to find yourself a creative community, and yeah, appreciate the people that are there because they help in every way. So in that time I finished this book. I have another one that is almost done. It's not the same as this. It's made from a vintage children's storybook, and I'm anxious to share that one with you. I just need to get the closure done, and then you can look for another video here pretty quick. So, well, thanks for joining me, guys. I know that was a long video. I hope you stayed around for it. I hope you're having a great day. Spring is here. Happy April. And yeah, like I said, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and come back to visit me again. I do hope to be posting a little more regularly, and I do hope to be doing more book arts, more paper arts than I have in the past. So, all right, this is Cynthia from Recollect and Ramble, and I'll see y'all back here again. Bye.